Hello students, today we are diving deep into the extraordinary and tragic life of Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn is often remembered as the doomed queen who lost her head, but she was more than that. She was a trailblazer, a woman of intelligence and ambition who dared to stand against a deeply patriarchal society. Her story is not just about love and betrayal, but about resilience, determination, and the fight for influence in a world dominated by men. The early 16th century was a time when women were expected to be obedient, submissive, and silent. They had little political influence and their main duty was to marry and bear sons. The power of the Catholic Church was absolute and England was still under its authority. King Henry VIII, who ruled England, was obsessed with producing a male heir, so the inability of his wife, Catherine of Aragon, to give him one was seen as a failure. But instead of accepting her fate as a secondary figure in the court, Anne Boleyn changed the game. She refused to be just another mistress. She demanded to be queen. Anne Boleyn was born around 1501 and unlike many other women, she received an excellent education. Spending her youth in the courts of the Netherlands and France, Anne was exposed to the Renaissance ideal of female intelligence and independence. She was not just beautiful, she was witty, articulate, and well-read. She understood politics, religion, and diplomacy in a way that few women of her status did. When she returned to England, she became a leading-waiting to Queen Catherine. There, she got the attention of Henry VIII. But unlike many women before her, Anne refused to become his mistress. She knew that in a world where women were discarded and forgotten, she had to demand more. Her refusal only made Henry press her more with letters to convey her. Henry was so determined to have Anne that he was willing to break away from the Catholic Church and challenge the authority of the Pope. This led to the English Reformation, a seismic shift that changed England forever. In 1533, Anne finally became Queen of England. The people of England still supported Queen Catherine, but Anne took an active role in government and was a strong advocate for the Protestant Reformation. She surrounded herself with scholars and supported the translation of the Bible into English. However, her greatest challenge was fulfilling her duty as queen, providing Henry with a male heir. In 1533, she gave birth to a daughter, Elizabeth I. This was a crushing disappointment to Henry. Anne's position became even more precarious when she suffered multiple miscarriages. In a society that saw women as valuable only for their ability to produce sons, Anne's failures in childbirth weakened her power. Henry, growing frustrated and impatient, began looking elsewhere, particularly at one of Anne's ladies-in-waiting, Jane Seymour. By 1536, Thomas Cromwell, who had once been Anne's ally, began plotting against her. She was accused of adultery, treason, and even incest with her own brother. These fake charges were designed to execute her and make way for Jane Seymour. Her trial was a sham and was given no chance to defend herself. She was condemned by a jury of men who had already decided her fate. On May 19, 1536, she was executed by beheading. Even in her final moments, she showed remarkable composure and dignity, refusing to curse Henry and instead praying for him and England. Anne Boleyn was not just a queen. She was a woman who dared to challenge the system. She stood against a patriarchal society that sought to control and silence women. She refused to be a passive figure, and though she ultimately paid the price for her defiance, her legacy endured to today.